Well, first of all, let me just say that there's no better place in the world to talk about these issues than the ADIPEC conference. Really, the entire energy world comes together here, and that's why we value being part of the conversation. And as you point out, there are many twists and turns on the path to energy transition. On any given day, the price of oil goes up, the price of oil goes down, the price of gas goes up, the price of gas goes down. But I think what we see is a few fundamental truths. First, what we see is that the climate crisis really is affecting every country of the world. And you don't need to know much about climate science to know how the climate is changing and how it's affecting every nation. And so the need to transition away from high carbon pollution is apparent. And at the same time, we also know that the world continues to need accessible, affordable, and secure energy. And so it's a twin challenge. One is not more important than the other. They are together the key challenge that we need to address. The good news is that we're constantly seeing new technologies coming into the marketplace. Many people have different opinions about how fast those technologies will commercialize, but it's very clear, even from walking around the hall here at ADIPEC, that these technologies are coming online, and they hold great promise to help us address these twin challenges. So, of course, we know that oil and gas has been very important to global development. And, of course, here in the UAE, oil and gas has been essential to modernizing the economy and lifting up the standard of living for everybody. What we also know, of course, is that continued use of oil and gas without consideration for the carbon emissions that it provides is not sustainable. We know that the carbon emissions accumulating in the atmosphere are beginning to impose tremendous burdens on all countries around the world, including here in the UAE. And so we know that we need to do something different. And in fact, when you look at the work of the climate scientists and the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, we understand there's no way to get to the targets of the Paris Agreement continuing on with business as usual. So yes, will we need to transition away from fossil fuel dependence? Yes, we will. That was part of the UAE consensus that was established last year at COP28. But at the same time, we also understand that that transition needs to be managed in a thoughtful and responsible way, and that it is entirely likely that into the future we'll continue to need oil and gas even as we move towards zero carbon technologies like renewables or hydrogen or bio-based fuels.